Hey y'all, welcome and welcome back to my channel. It's me, Kia Simone, and child, let's get into this Real Housewives of Atlanta because they are getting it started from the very beginning, okay? All right. Child, Martell done made it to the big time. Kenya about to whoop his ass. Kandi already trying to throw hands. Let's get into it. Before we do, please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you have not already. And of course, I got to give a super shout out to my super supporter, Yvette Greer, for the super thanks. Now, let's get into it. So the episode opens up with us seeing scenes and glimpses of this 40th birthday party that Sonia is going to be throwing for Ross. This is also the party where Kandi is going to be trying to throw hands and Kenya is going to be trying to whoop Martell's ass. But of course, they flash back to 4 days before that so we could understand exactly how all the mess got started. Now, 4 days before that is when we saw that Martell Holt has not only made it to the big time, he has made it to the Chateau. He is arriving at Sheree's Chateau in a full tuxedo. I said, where in the hell is you going? Now, I ain't gonna tell you no word of lie. I really thought this fool showed up in a full tuxedo for his grand entrance into the Real Housewives of Atlanta, but apparently he actually had a job that day. He had something to do. He was coming from his upscale magazine cover shoot, which is why he's in a full tuxedo. And she's in this She by Sheree that we ain't gonna never be able to buy. So Sheree is in the confessional trying to explain this disaster of a duo that they have going on. She said that she and Martell met through a mutual friend. He's on a reality show and they really enjoy each other's company. He lives in Huntsville, Alabama, and she really wishes that he would move closer, but she's seen him every weekend since they met. Sheree just sit up here and say any damn thing, but you love him to move closer. That man got 5 head of churn, lady. What are you talking about? Where do you think he's going? With 5 children and 2 households. Like, girl, this storyline must have been on sale. Please get a storyline somewhere else. She said despite what you've seen on TV, he's never shown her anything but respect, and she's just happy that she didn't give up on love. And of course, they flash back to her last bad decision, Tyrone. And Bravo has no mercy. Why y'all keep showing that lady being stood up on the streets of Philadelphia? Like, why? So naturally, the producer asked Sheree, are you in love? She said, I didn't say that. The producer said, but you just said you're glad you didn't close the door to love. Sheree said, yeah, I am. I mean, and it's still open. Sheree said, yeah, you tried to get me. Y'all know this a damn contract. Don't play with me. Y'all ain't gonna make it look like I'm off the damn market. Ballers, if y'all is available, I'm is too. Because ain't Sheree done deleted all Martell stuff off her social media already? So Sheree tells Martell that she has a surprise plan for him for the evening. And just as she's telling him this, there's a perfectly timed doorbell. She told him, go get dressed while I get this surprise. Well, there's a woman at the door, and she's a beautiful woman, and she got some bags and things, and Martell ran to the room to take his damn clothes off. Well, what's going on here? Well, as soon as she sat her bags down, she let her intentions be known. I'm only here to cook the food. I ain't got nothing to do with whatever else y'all got planned tonight. Don't come at me with the bullshit. I'm here to make some seafood egg rolls. I'm gonna make y'all some salmon and some mashed potatoes, but it got a fancy name. Meanwhile, while the lady is running down the menu, we got to listen to Sheree run down all Martell's man parts that she's in love with. What's not to like? I love his physique. I like to lay on that chest, honey, those shoulders, those arms. Girl, have you touched his ego or his attitude yet? You seen them? She's in the confessional talking about Martell definitely exudes big energy. Meanwhile, Bravo is in her bedroom just giving us the full striptease service. Martell got his whole package out, pulling up his jeans just in front of the camera. I don't think I paid for this kind of cable. I mean, they zoomed in on it and everything. And I'm a good Christian woman, so I looked. Now, the producer ran out when she asked, is he good in bed? Girl, service your fantasies off the clock, okay? Sheree just sipped her drink. I guess the contract don't include all that. So Martell comes out the room all dressed and ready to the chef laying out all the ingredients for them to all cook together. I said, what kind of service is this? Martell said, this the surprise? Sheree said, yeah, what you thought the surprise was? He said, I don't know, something good. Good luck. He said, and then I peeked over at the door and I saw the woman and I said, well, what kind of surprise is this? Already? That lady looked like, leave me out y'all shit. So they sit down to eat and Sheree brings up Ross's upcoming birthday party. She said, remember I told you about it? And he said, well, yeah, but Who all gonna be there? A bunch of damn people you don't know. Is you going or not? Sheree starts telling him who all's gonna be there. She said all the girls, including Kandi, after she said all that stuff. Martell said, yeah, she said I was an opportunist. And they showed a clip of Kandi doing some internet interview, because you know Kandi be all over the damn internet, talking about how Martell is using Sheree as a come up. He said, well, I guess she forgot who the real opportunist is. Sheree said, who? He said, her husband. Well, now, they did used to say that. They did used to say that. And see, this is where my double standard issue with Kandi kicks in. Because when people were telling you that Todd was an opportunist and he's a social climber and he's only using you for a come up, you wanted to fight everybody. Don't tell me nothing about my man. Well, yeah, he found the biggest sugar mama. So why is it okay for you to run around saying that Sheree's a man is an opportunist? I mean, though we know he is, and though we know that that's exactly what this is, I'm just saying. When they said it about your man, you didn't like it. Sheree, so I think they'll both be respectful in person. Martell saying, ain't they both 3 feet tall? They better be respectful in person. I would just like to say, as a member of the under 5'5" club, that yeah, we ain't all that big, but we mighty. So out of nowhere, Martell asked, so have you talked to Kenya? She said, yeah, and I think she'll be real happy to meet you, because every other text is, how's Martell? Martell said, well, me and her, we haven't met, have we? Not you don't remember Martell. That's him trying to figure out if she done told you that I've been trying to talk to her. What you know? Sheree said, no, I think it's just the fact that they like that I like you. So now they at the counter about finish their dinner. They wine drunk, touching on each other. The lady wiping the counter looking like, ooh, child, let me try to get out of here. They go trotting off to the room and Sheree, yeah, we need to start an OnlyFans. Don't nobody want to see y'all asses, okay? Please keep that bullshit to yourselves. I don't know if they drinking that communion wine Martell be selling, but we don't want to see this bullshit. Y'all ain't that drunk? Going out our face with this. So we move on to Kandi's office, where there's a reunion of the Kandi-coded clique. We see Carmen, who Kandi Mama was throwing the shoe at, and Don Juan. Well, you know, Carmen done gone out and got her own business, so they are catching up with her and asking, how's business? And she said business is excellent. And Carmen looks like it. She looks like she is much happier now that she is out on her own, doing her own thing. I see y'all when I see y'all. Carmen said, y'all miss me? She said, of course we miss you. Don Juan said, yeah, but she got new friends. Kandi said, what new friends? Sonia, Drew, in other words, everybody but me. So Don Juan asked Kandi, have you talked to Sheree? I said, now why is the Kandi-coded clique having a meeting about Kandi's social life? Y'all ain't got no business to discuss? Like you ain't got nothing you should be doing other than minding her business? Like nothing? So Don Juan mentions that Sheree ain't selling nothing right now. And Kandi said, well, the big disappointment is what they showed us from the internet. And they showed all about the tea live trying to access this lady's website, and the website was down. Of course, they showed the screenshot seen around the world, which is this message where this website ain't never worked from the giddy up. And Sheree is in the confessional with no apology. Like, okay, the website didn't work, and some people be like, ooh, that's such a bad thing. But I mean, have that many people ever come to your website and crashed it? So I'm blessed. Sheree, the people actually supposed to buy stuff when they come to the site. You were supposed to build a clothing line, not just a girl. Kandi said we tried to help her, but she don't want to pay nobody. And I think Sheree likes the idea of having a business more than the actual reality of having a business and what it costs to manage and maintain a business. Like, you have to invest in your business. You can't just sell people pictures of your t-shirts online. Kandi said in the confessional, I love Sheree, that's my girl, but when it comes to the business aspect of things, I don't know. She said, you know, she always gonna tell you she got it, she know what she's doing, she got people, and then it turns out like this. So Don Juan finally gets around to Kandi's actual business. He says that Kandi-coded Nights is coming back, but in order for this to actually work, they have to map this whole thing out. And Kandi said, yeah, we do, because she just had her 6-year-old call her a few nights ago and tell her she works too damn much. And of course, they showed us a clip of her in the confessional taking a FaceTime call from her baby, who is calling her crying about, I want you to come help me. And she's like, well, Aunt Cat can't help you. He's like, no, I like when you help me. Aunt Cat ain't his mama. He wants his mama. That's what he's trying to tell you. Just then we see Kenya and Monyetta arrive. And when Monyetta comes in, Kandi mentions that, yeah, Monyetta's my girl and I love her, even though she made me mad last year. And of course, they brought up the whole Marlo and Kandi clash that happened last season. Monyetta had a conversation aside with Marlo, and she was trying to empathize with both how Kandi and Marlo felt. She was saying, yeah, Kandi could have stayed out of that conversation, and that pissed Kandi off, that you didn't stick up for me. Well, girl, you don't own this lady. Monyetta said, Kandi is my girl, and she has been for a very long time, which is why I felt some type of way when she felt like I was agreeing with Marlo, because she knows me. She knows that I'm going to try to get both sides of the story. And at that point, we see Carmen and Don Juan leave. I guess they were just seat fillers until Kenya and Monyetta got here, child. So Monyetta brought up a birthday party that she had recently had for her husband that Kandi wasn't able to make it to, but apparently Kenya did. So Kandi asked Kenya, did you come with the boo? That means Monyetta done told her. But of course she's going to ask her on camera, because I'm going to tell your business and not mine. Kenya said, no. Monyetta said, are you sure? She said, okay, yeah, I did come and I had a companion, but Kandi, let's make this about you. All the people you know, and it took Monyetta to hook me up. Well, Kandi ain't hook her damn self up, so I mean, what did you expect? So Kenya said in the confessional that Monyetta is friends with this super bachelor named Roy. Monyetta introduced them, and Kenya said she's kind of crazy about him, and he's a good-looking, tall, slim white man. I said, oh, okay then. Kenya said she done with the bullshit. Put some cream in my coffee. I don't give a damn. Kenya said he is kind. He is funny. He makes her feel alive. Kenya said that man is making her feel stuff in places she didn't know she could still feel stuff. She has been separated since 2019, and she said this chocolate Barbie doll is too good looking to be on the shelf, honey. Now, Kandi, what about you? Kandi said, well, I ain't got nothing going on but work. Kenya said, no, we ain't doing that this season. She said, no. I was real disappointed in you and Sheree. She brought up their back and forth from the reunion. Yeah, no, we gonna talk about your drama. Now, of course, they reminded us of exactly what Kenya is talking about, because, child, I done damn near forgot myself. They showed us the clip of Kandi and Sheree going back and forth at the reunion when Sheree was pissed off about Kandi always talking about her and Tyrone on her Speak On It. See, y'all done been beefing last season about you talking about her mans and them. And here you go this season, talking about her mans and them. Kandi also made some spoof of the whole reunion moment where she was making fun of Sheree. She says since Sheree said she was talking about her every week because she's good clickbait, she made her clickbait. Kandi says in the confessional that she was definitely being a petty Betty when she spoofed Sheree, because Sheree apparently doesn't remember the things that she says about other people. So she's going to pull a her on her and be like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, what are you talking about? Did Sheree deny saying this? I mean, because it was on TV. So I thought Kandi was doing these spoofs because everybody was calling her a boring housewife and she was trying to develop some social media interaction and personality. That's what I thought. So Kenya changed the subject again. So are y'all going to the party? Kandi said, yeah, I'm going to the party. So y'all think Sheree gonna bring her new boo? Monyetta said, is she serious? I hope she ain't serious. Kenya said, yeah, I think she's serious. So Kandi asked Monyetta, you heard about Martell? She said, you know, them streets be telling me stuff, and you know me. Kandi said, girl, them streets been talking to you because they been talking to me. Kandi said, yeah, word on the street is he's been coming to Atlanta and kicking it with some other chicks. Well, Sheree done said you can call her Rocco because they ain't going steady. They just be fucking round. So y'all can go ahead and tell Sheree that bullshit if y'all want to, thinking she don't know. She know all about it. She don't give a damn long as he make these public appearances. Come on over here. One thing Sheree gonna keep is a leash because she knows she like a dog. Kenya added some more seasoning to the pot. She said, well, you know, it's kind of awkward because he did lightweight try to talk to me. He said, girl, what? Kandi said, what is lightweight? She said, you know, just kind of like contacting me via Instagram. She said, you mean he slid up in your DMs? Kandi said, pull him up. They probably still there. Pull him up. So Kenya goes to pull up the DMs. Kandi has to show her how to accept this message. You ain't ever even read the damn message. By the time they get the message open, they realize the man done deleted the message. You know this is what he does. Why would you think it's still there after you ain't replied to him and he done got him a contract with Sheree? So in the confessional, Kenya said, why didn't I talk to Martell? because every time he even looks at a woman, she comes back pregnant. She said, now luckily for Sheree, she doesn't have any more periods, so she doesn't have to worry about that. I don't, well, damn. So Kenya is asking Kandi, should I say something to her? Kandi said, I mean, well, you never dated him or anything. So here's my thing. You know how there's the whole theory of the he tried to talk to me girl? Now, in this circumstance, I get that it's Martell Holt. And listen, give all the red flags and warnings you can. I truly understand. However, my issue with the whole he tried to talk to me thing is, one, you ain't never actually read the message. And two, why are you telling everybody but Sheree? If Sheree is supposed to be your friend and you're concerned about who Sheree is involved with and Sheree's well-being, why not say, hey girl, listen, he might not have the best of intentions because I don't know what he wanted, but homeboy was in my DMs. Like, why not go to her with that? Why are you going around the bush? Now, listen, I get that some women, you can't tell them nothing, but they find them a piece of man under a rock, and you can't tell them nothing but they piece of man that they done found under a damn rock. So I get that. But if you feel like this is really your friend and she's open to communication, then I think being direct kind of eliminates the whole messy part of it. It gets messy when you're going around the circle telling everybody but the person you're concerned about. Kandi said, but anyway, that's enough about me. I ain't got too much storyline to give you. But yeah, Kandi, I heard you and Todd fussing in the background when you called me the other day, girl. What's going on? Kandi said, oh, well, what's going on is that he's trying to write his movie and he feels like I don't make time to help him, but he always makes time to help me. Well, that sounds like about what we see. In the confessional, Kandi said that Todd actually has multiple movies that he's written and he wants her to produce, but she ain't got time to be producing no movie. She got too much stuff going on. It could be me. It could be me, but ain't that kind of his point? So she starts explaining that there was this particular incident where Todd wanted her and two other writers to get together to discuss a script at 11 o'clock on a particular day. But she told him she couldn't make that because she had an interview scheduled at that time. Well, that day came around and he comes announcing that he has his table read at 4. And she said, what do you mean it's at 4? Because you told me it was at 11. And he says, well, they couldn't make 11, so it's at 4 now. Kandi said, but when I asked you to move it, you said you couldn't move it. Well, the first question is, did he move it or did they move it? Like, was he told that he couldn't move the meeting and then at the last minute they rescheduled it? Or is he being malicious and just saying, since you ain't got time for the meeting, it's at a whole nother time? Like, now Kandi starts to cry as she's explaining that she feels like Todd wants to make her the problem. Kandi said, I understand that I'm doing a lot and I understand that that can be frustrating for him, but don't do things to make me the problem. I'm having a hard time siding with Kandi in this because you have your husband, your oldest child, your second child, and the baby just ain't big enough to tell you yet, but you have your whole family telling you for years on end that you work too much, you're too unavailable, you don't have time for them. And when he asked you to come to a particular meeting and be involved in this project, and he wasn't able to reschedule the meeting around your life and your schedule, that was him making you the problem. That's not fair. That's basically saying if you don't always figure out a way to bend yourself to whatever I have going on, then you're the problem because you're making me the problem for not having time for you. I really feel like Kandi has this mentality that as long as she shows up financially, nothing else really matters. And she even goes on in the confessional to say, you know, I'm trying to do so much. And I know he wants to make his dreams come true as well, but I don't know how to make it all work. Basically, as long as my dreams are manifesting, I mean, I don't know what to tell you about yours. So is he supposed to sacrifice all of his dreams and any visions that he has for his life to support yours, especially when we know every damn thing is in your name? You got an ironclad prenup, and he basically has not secured his future. He spent all these years investing himself, his time, his energy into your brands and businesses. It's just a very self-centered view and approach to a relationship, I think. to think that they should just watch you be successful and be satisfied with being connected to you and not having their own success. It does not make sense to me. When you love a person, you want to see them blossom. You want to see them be their best self. You don't love a person when you really don't care what's going on as long as they're somewhere in your corner. Kenya approached it very gently, but in so many words, said, girl, you can save them damn tears. She said, listen, I don't want to see you end up in divorce court like me. So my sisterly advice to you would be that you have to find a way to make time for your husband. Kandi said, yeah, you ain't want to hear that, but it's the truth. Like, a family ain't just some tax write-off. You have to actually be physically and emotionally available to these people. So we move on to Sonia and Ross's house, where we see that their whole family is living with them. Her mom, her dad, her sister's husband, they 2 kids, along with her husband and her child. And God bless them. Now, they used to this. This is exactly the structure they had when they had their reality show back in the day. This is just how their family runs. But I don't know if I would make it. So their family is all together in the kitchen, and they're discussing the plans for Ross's birthday party. She said Ross loves Black history. He loves gambling. So what better to combine them than Harlem Nights? All right then. She said Ross is an absolutely amazing husband, and she will do whatever it takes to make him happy. But in truth, she's actually having this party because she said she feels a lot of pressure to prove a point to the other girls because she got dragged from here to hell for that Dollar Tree jamboree that she had last year. Basically, she intends to redeem herself with this party. Well, as they're discussing the details, she said her brother-in-law has become her assistant. He's helping her with this party, among other things. And she asked him, is being my assistant easier or harder than you thought? Harder. Much harder. Her sister jumped in and said, well, I think you don't respect boundaries. That's what I think. She looked shocked. Girl, what? She said, you're trying to find something else for him to do rather than just allowing him to eat his dinner. Like, see, yeah. This whole work dynamic is about to cross up into her marriage, and you about to get your ass cursed out. Sonia got in the confessional and said, I got to break something down for y'all. Let me make y'all understand real quick. We have a very unique dynamic. She said, the thing is, I feel very supported by my family, but I've also provided a lot of support. A lot of what they've been able to do has been a result of what I've been able to do. She said, for example, my mom was my manager. She was eating off of my contract. My dad was also my manager. My sister was doing my hair. So they were getting paid off of my work, and the things that I do bring opportunities to everyone in my family. She said, not so much today, but for many years. I said, this about to be some Braxton family bullshit here. Well, her sister took this opportunity to air all her grievances. Sonia said, well, I don't really think I do that. Her sister said, all right, well, here's another example. She said, see, I run my life on a schedule. Okay, I got 2 small kids. I don't have time for the bullshit. I have dinner ready by 6:30 every night. That's just what we do. But here comes Auntie coming to my kids at 6:29, but y'all want to go outside? And now I got to be the villain when I tell them, sit y'all behind down and eat this broccoli. Ross felt the heat. He said, you know what? I'm going to go check on my son. I ain't got time for this shit. Yeah, he might have jumped in between his wife and them damn women on this cast, but you don't jump in no damn sister fight. You going to get your whole ass whooped. And in the confessional, Sonia's sister said, listen, Sonia don't have a schedule. She just run her life however she runs her life. She'll come home at 11 o'clock at night and come messaging me about, can you please come cut off my wig? And I'm like, I know you done lost your damn mind up under that. That might be why she needs you to come cut it off. She looking for it. She said, now back when Sonia was running track, that was the priority. But there seems to be some difficulty in shifting to understanding that she ain't the priority no more. So then we move on to Kandi's house, where she is actually at home with her family. Todd is at the table, but you know I got you. She said, who you talking to? He was doing his table read. He was reading his script. She said, well, ain't it family time? You don't think you need to wrap that up? Well, damn, who you think he talking to, Kandi? He said, we trying to finish the script. She said, well, you ain't gonna finish today. I said, I know you lying. And he pressed right on forward. He said, well, what page are we on, y'all? She said, it's family time. I said, I know you done lost your damn mind when your baby just called you crying about why you ain't home to help me. And we know Todd run a daddy daycare, and you gonna raise hell about this man trying to actually pursue his damn dream. He's tired of getting dragged all through these internet streets for being a kept man and not having no job and being Mr. Burris. He tired. He tired. He tired. He want him a job and a bag. He ain't got time no more. Kandi said in the confessional, I know that both Todd and I are very driven people, but lately his movie seems to be taking up all of his time. And I mean, I know that I'm busy, but I try to make time for the family, so I'm gonna need you to do the same. It's the fact that she says this with a straight face when part of your brand is being unavailable to your family because you always work. Didn't you damn near miss the birth of your child because you were working? Ain't you always on a plane, train, or automobile headed to some event or some job you got to do? And this man can't sit at the kitchen table and write. What in the prison or hell? I mean, they at least allow him to write in the jailhouse, damn. And then she goes on to say, sometimes I feel like I just can't win with Todd. What are you trying to win? Him giving up on his ambitions? Because I don't get what the issue is. If he's always there, I mean, we've always seen Todd being Mr. Dad. The man ain't even gone nowhere. He's sitting in the house. I don't understand. What is it that you can't win? So Kandi starts singing under her breath, but I don't have the energy to get all this done. Todd looking like this gonna be a fight later on. So y'all listen, I got my family here. And they saying I gotta go. They don't give a damn on the other end of that computer. They say, you want to run through this last part real quick? You say, yeah, let's run through the last part real quick. You know what? It don't matter. I don't care. Just forget it. So we move on and we go to Marlo's house where she is having Taco Tuesday with her nephews who she's finally let back in the house. Now, I don't know what in the weapons of Wakanda Marlo got in her ears in that damn confessional. Look, those earrings big as her head. But she said she hasn't heard from her sister. And her sister has not contacted her sons since she got out of jail. So as far as she's concerned, this is a permanent setup and she's happy to have it that way. I know you better say that after all the bullshit you did. And just then we hear the doorbell. They're being visited by the life coach that Marlo has enlisted. She said after she had her hiccups last season, she knew she needed this lady's help. Now, I'm not quite sure if this lady is there to actually help them in their family dynamic or if this is supposed to be a whole PR cleanup moment for Marlo. Because the life coach starts out by explaining that, this is a new dynamic, that Marlo didn't have any experience in parenting and that she became a muntie. And Marlo says, yeah, and I make one mistake and next thing you know, I'm this awful person. And the nephew, so sweet, bless his heart, that baby said, well, listen, we were going through some stuff too, and we were stressing you out, so we understand. She said, I love you, and I would never want to give you away, and even though I worded it like that, I really do want the best for you. The life coach emphasized the importance of communicating from a responsive space rather than a reactive space, and that they've been working on how they communicate since they've been seeing her. She said, now, the one thing I haven't gotten from y'all is your mission statement. And I said, so yeah, I ain't crazy. I just said we don't know exactly what this is. Is this supposed to be counseling or is this a PR campaign? So they're going to work together on what their family mission statement is going to be. And Marlo is going to work to wrap her mind around this whole gentle parenting. She used her mama cursing her ass out. This gentle parenting is some new shit. Well, we move on to the Chateau where Sheree is being visited by Sonia. She stops by, they start out doing a workout. She's going to try to get her a She by Sheree booty. Well, good luck. Don't get me wrong, Sonia is beautiful, but there's quite the difference there. I don't think squats and kettlebell swings are going to do it. So they did 5 swings of the kettlebell and 2 squats and got to gossiping. Sheree said, well, girl, how's everything going with you and your family? And she said, well, pretty good other than me and my sister got in a real big fight by her husband. She explained that she hired her husband as her assistant and I guess I'm asking him to do too much. And just as she was getting it off her chest, the doorbell rang. And at the door is the newest addition to the show. It's a lady named Courtney who is a friend of Sheree's. Sheree said her and Courtney's kids went to school together. Courtney is a Capricorn and all around girls. So come on in here and get in this gossip. Now, they must not have told her that this was a workout and gossip session because sis came in her thigh-high boots, her cutoffs, and her kimono. She said, but I could still drop it. What y'all want? So they did 2 more squats and went and had them some smoothies to go with their gossip. So Sonia starts with the typical get to know you question. So what do you do? She said she is a marketing consultant and she also has a jewelry business. So they get to talking about the party that Sonia is planning for Ross. Sonia lets them know that she invited all the girls, and Sheree said that sounds like a recipe for a mess, but go ahead. Then she said that Kandi was the first to RSVP. Well, Miss Courtney said, well, speaking of Kandi, let's get it started. Yeah, I guess Kandi got wind that I was coming around here, and she started asking questions about me. She said we run in the same circles a little bit, and I don't know if I told you this, but she was calling around asking people about me, saying that she heard I said that she and I were friends. Why would I be going around saying that we were friends? Sheree said Kandi has entirely too much time on her hands. She got time to be investigating you and time to be making spoofs about me. I don't know what she got going on. Sheree said the only time Kandi ain't talking about her is when she's eating or sucking. Girl, what? Sonia said, I don't want no parts of this. She said, me and Kandi are good. We actually got a real we drop in the day, child. I got to make my money. I ain't got time for this shit. So they changed the subject, and Courtney asked, Sheree, does that glow you have anything to do with Martell, girl? Sheree said it does. He really is a good guy, and she just enjoys being around him. They're enjoying each other, girl. One thing you enjoy is a good mess. So we go with Sonia and her mom to check out the venue for Ross's party. She said originally her budget was $40,000 for his 40th birthday. Well, she's closer to 100 now. I see y'all some damn fools. You done spent $100,000 to redeem yourself from that $100 party, child. So then we see everybody getting ready to go to this party, and it's truly the calm before the storm. As everyone is arriving, they all look amazing. They pulled it out and she pulled it off. Kenya said she was coming in with low expectations, but she ended up pretty impressed. She said, this is a top-notch party here. Yeah, for $100,000, it better be. So then we see Ralph arrive to the party. He's looking quite dapper, but they asked him, where's your wife? He said, she's home, not feeling well. Well, then why is you here? This fool said, yeah, we got a family emergency going on. Why are you here? You gonna take your ass home? But I guess this is us finding out exactly what all went down before they went racing each other to the courthouse. Because just what? Kenya said Ralph said there was a crisis in the family. I think he forgot he was married to the crisis. This fool said in the confessional, yeah, Drew is going through a lot. Her father is sick. It's a lot going on. But he had to come show love to his boy on his 40th. If bros before hoes was a person. So then we see Kandi and Todd arrive. And I'm sorry, but I don't know what I'm about to go clean the kitchen Kandi had on her head. When they were at home getting their outfits together and I saw this wig or whatever this is on her head, I just knew this was something she had on to walk around the house before they get dressed to go. This heifer bedazzled it. Kandi even took notice to Sonia's party. She said, well, she put a lot of money into this one. I mean, it's not a Kandi Burris party level, but I mean, it's nice. If you talking about them parties that be in that back alley behind OLG, you gonna have to go play with somebody else. Then we see Marlo arrive, followed by Courtney, and then Sheree and Martel. I said, will somebody tell Martel country apple S to pull that damn hat up some? Why is that hat sitting on the back of your milk dud? Tilt it forward. Just help him. I don't know why, but it irritated me to my soul. Oh, God. And then we finally see the guests of honor make their grand entrance. Sonia and Ross are a beautiful couple. That's one thing they are. And it could just be me, but Ross literally looked like Eddie Murphy in Harlem Nights. He looked like Quick. Now, Sonia is trying to greet all her guests, but everybody is distracted by Sheree and her +1. They want to know why. Just why did you bring this damn man? Everybody is dragging her in the confessional. Kenya said, why? Why is he here? Why do you have him on your arm? Kandi said, well, last year Sheree was with Mr. Community Service. Now she's with Mr. Community Property. And well, Sheree done snatched her ass in the Twitter streets. Sheree said, Community Service, Community Property, you should know, former community. Leave that lady alone, okay? Leave that lady alone. Sonia said he didn't have an ankle bracelet on, so I mean, I think it's an upgrade. Now, Kandi done talk all this trash and goes right up to Sheree. Hey, Sheree, how are you? Sheree said, hey, girl, how you doing? Sheree said, I ain't got too much for Kandi. I ain't got a whole lot to say to her, but as long as her and her candy-coated clique keep my name out their mouth, we'll be all right. So Kenya is asking Sheree and Martel, so is this official now? He said, yes, we're officially dating. And Sheree is just sitting there, Kenya said, why are you looking at me like that? She said, because I know you up to something. Sheree in the confessional said, stop worrying about my relationship and worry about if Mark is going to take more manner in the divorce settlement. And hopefully he'll add some baseboards. When I tell you nobody throws shade like these, just Kenya said, I think Sheree needs her own spinoff. She needs a show called Watch Me Date These Dumb Dudes. That's girl. Now Kenya, you're not one to talk. You married a stranger and quit your job only for him to give you a baby and drag you through divorce court. Now, ma'am. Now, this is truly a Harlem Nights theme because they ain't gonna stop till there's a fight. We cut over to Marlo getting the tea from Miss Courtney. She's new, but she's doing her damn job. Marlo says, so what's going on? Because Sandy told me that you told her that Kandi is going around telling people that you were saying she's your friend. So what's going on? Courtney said, well, what had happened was I got a call from my business partner while I was off in Paris, and she was asking me, did you tell somebody that you and Kandi were friends? Because they just asked me about it. Miss Courtney said, I'm not desperate for friends, and the person who said it has no reason to lie. She said she's actually her friend. Marlo said, wow. Yeah, you're going to have to say something to her about it. Girl, you's a damn instigator. Meanwhile, Kandi is off to the side leading a whole group discussion about how Martell is supposedly dating somebody else in Atlanta because she knows somebody who knows somebody who knows something about it. Kenya said, well, look here, maybe it's just about the D. And if it's just about the D, let it be just about the D. Kandi said, but what if it ain't just about the D? Well, wouldn't it maybe work out like your marriage did? Now, I don't understand why Kandi is so comfortable having all these questions and concerns when she was crying and fighting mad when everybody else had questions and concerns about Todd. Now, I'm not saying to not have questions and concerns because this is Martell Holt, but it's still a double standard nonetheless. Kenya said, do we say something? Kandi said, maybe he told her already. She said, well, that's very possible. Monietta said, no, we got to find out. So Sheree starts introducing Courtney to the ladies and starts going left. She introduces Courtney to Kenya first, and Kenya said, okay, it's nice to meet you. But Sheree, come here, I need to talk to you for a minute. Child, Martell got nervous as hell. Martell said, y'all about to go have a side conversation? Yeah, they about to cross-reference notes and catch up on your bullshit. Now, while they're off to the side about to get their bullshit started, Courtney took the opportunity to address Kandi. She said, Dina. She went ahead and dropped the name. I ain't got time for the bullshit. I'm going to tell you who said what. Dina called me while I was in Paris, and she said, you said I was going around saying that we were friends. Kandi said, well, somebody asked me, did I know you? And I was like, I don't know her. Courtney said, yeah, but I never said that we were friends. I don't have to make up friends. Kandi looked at her like, I'm trying to figure out if you hype, drunk, or need your ass beat. Kandi said, there's a lady named Dina Marto that I know from the music business. Apparently, she and Courtney are doing some business together, but I don't know Courtney, and I don't know nobody else that knows Courtney. And back at the party, she said to Courtney, I don't even really know you like that. Courtney said, I didn't say that I knew you. I said we were in the same social settings. Kandi said, okay, but what's the energy? Courtney said, the energy is just, because, I was kind of shocked. Kandi said, if we met once before or if somebody said your name, that doesn't mean I remember you. Courtney said, and that's okay. Kandi said, yeah, but you don't have to give me the crazy energy. She said, it's not crazy. Well, at the end of the day, it kind of is. You want to argue with a person about not claiming to know you. Like, if I don't know you, I don't know you. Especially if you know you've only seen someone in social settings and you've only experienced them in passing, or you might have met them directly once or twice. To have this expectation that they remember you or to be offended that they don't is kind of crazy. So then we cut back to Sheree, where Monietta and Kenya done corralled her into the corner, and we need you to blink twice if you need help. Monyetta said, listen, I just want to ask some questions. I just kind of want to check in because, remember I was texting you and stuff and making sure you were okay when you were going through the whole Tyrone situation. Sheree said, yeah, and that's exactly why I'm just living life and letting things be what they are. Monyetta said, good, because, I was just wondering, is it serious? Are we good? Because, we've been hearing things. Sheree said, what you been hearing, girl? Monyetta said, well, me and Kandi heard that he was seeing somebody in Atlanta. Sheree said, oh, well, is she here? Monyetta said, well, no, I don't see her here. Oh, okay, that's what I thought. She said, he's been here for 3 days. Where's she at? Sheree said in the confessional, now Monyetta wants to have a voice. She ain't said all of 5 words the last time all of us were together, and now you want to lead the intervention. Go ahead. But to their faces, Sheree told them she appreciates their concern. Sheree said, I am a Ferrari, honey. If he wants to cheat with another girl, that's like going down to a Toyota. If he wants to downgrade, that's on him. And it's on you to be letting any old body drive your damn Ferrari. Did you check his credit at all? No, you just said you look real good driving my car. Hit the gas. Why would you just pick up some man with 5 kids from 2 women who done dragged his wife and his ex all over the TV and the internet and say, come, get in my Ferrari, please. Take me for a spin around the block. Now, we cut back over to Kandi and Courtney, who are going back and forth and about to go at it about, I don't know you. Courtney said, I was told that you said that I claimed you as a friend. Kandi said, look, all I asked was, did they know you? Courtney said, well, that ain't how it came back to me. Girl, because you can't control how people bring things to you, you might want to take some of the bass out your voice when you go to people. Kandi and Courtney are going back and forth. Kandi said, listen, I saw a picture of you and Dina. I knew Dina, I don't know you, and the truth of the matter is, I don't know you. Courtney said, well, I don't know you. Kandi said, girl, back. She said, no, you back. And then Kandi is standing there with that smile that says, I'm about to snap. At this point, Sonia steps in, y'all ain't gonna tear up my $100,000 party. She said, listen, Courtney, I do feel like you felt some type of way. And I feel like that because you told me you felt some type of way, and I feel like you brought that energy to the conversation. Courtney said, well, you know what? I apologize. I just wanted clarity, and I appreciate you for checking me. I am grown enough to take accountability. I can say that my feelings were hurt because I have nothing but positive things to say about her. And that's the truth. Your feelings were hurt that she said she didn't know you because you acknowledge knowing her and have nothing but good things to say about her. Courtney said, yeah, and I was just a little disappointed and I don't have to clout chase. So now Kandi is irritated, agitated, and escalated. She said, you will quit bouncing your head at me. Marlo says, this what it looks like when Kandi's mad at me? Now, yeah, I don't know if she go this far with you because we know you take it to hell. So now Courtney done flipped the whole thing and she's telling Kandi to bring it down. Kandi said, but you were the one bouncing up at me. She said, yeah, but just to bring it down, calm down. Kandi came up out her bag. All we heard is, bitch, don't you? I'm about to headbutt this bitch. Don't you headbutt nobody with that damn wiggle. So then we cut back to Kenya telling Sheree about there's something else. Martell kind of slid into my DMs. Sheree says, show me. I ain't about to play with you. I know how you get down. Show me the DMs. Kenya said, as a friend, I just want somebody to be honest with me. Use a damn lie. Because as a friend, if you really were concerned for her, you would have gone to her directly and privately. You wouldn't have gone all the way around the mulberry bush, telling all the girls in the group, and then pull her aside at this big party and tell her in front of other people that, yeah, you know he slid in my DMs first. Kenya said, well, yeah, I'm just telling you because I don't want you to hear it from anybody else. So, well, then why did you tell everybody else first? Sheree said, I got something for that. He's here. Martell, come here. She said, when he gets over here, you can tell him what you just told me. Yeah, let's play the game like that. Martell looked like, damn. Shit, man. What? Kenya looked like, damn, I done started some shit now. And the episode comes to an end with them getting ready to have this confrontation that's going to be an absolute explosion because it looks like next week Kenya and Martell are going at it. Kenya's going to be cursing us out and asking him who he think he's talking to. Child, it's about to be a time. But that's it. That's all. And I ain't got no more. Thank you so much for coming down here listening to me and letting me get this off my chest. Please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you have not already. And in the meantime, until next time, just like every time, I love you and I mean it. Bye.